Hello everyone, welcome to Stitching Ain't Easy. My name is Ashley. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Today is April the 21st, 2021. It is my husband and our beach wedding anniversary. We renewed our vows. Normally, before I changed all this around, there was a bouquet of flowers. That's what those are from. But anyway, so yeah, it's a fun day. So I thought I'd do something a little different, just kind of to celebrate that. Currently, I am sure you can tell the background's different. By now, my other video hopefully uploaded. It's been trying to upload for like 5 hours, my yarn room thing. So that took me like the whole day yesterday. So I'll probably upload this tomorrow. I don't know. Anywho, it made for VEDA content, I suppose. Okay, so excuse my voice, my appearance, my whatever. Pretty wiped out at the moment, but it's a cool day, so therefore I thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit different. Well, not really different, but like ish. So I'm gonna do a crochet with me. So if you guys have a whip, go ahead and grab your whip if you'd like to. Once again, if you're doing something else like cleaning, sorry, but also, hey, good job, way to do that. Whatever you're doing, you know, if you want to listen. Okay, I'm going to be working on a blanket that I just started. It looks brown. It is not. I'm using, they're both Big Twist. I'm using the color olive green and the color magenta. I know you're probably like, that's weird. It kind of is, but I just thought it'd be kind of fun. So that's what I'm doing. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of camo-ish almost. Anyway, I thought it was kind of turning out neat, but okay. And I'm just doing double crochet, and I'm using a 6.5 or a K. This is the boy hook, one of the super cool ones. Okay. Don't know what that was. Someone just dropped something in the kitchen. Hope everyone's okay. Must be. No one said anything. They would let me know. There's more than one person in there. They would let me know. Okay, so anyway. Alright. So I'm going to do crochet with me. So if you want to crochet, cool. Let me know what you're working on, please, because I like to know. It's fun. Also, I thought while I'm crocheting, because I never really have conversation, like, ideas. It's just that's why I call it ramblings, because I never know what I want to talk about, really. At one point I did, like, if anyone has any questions, we could do that. It's like a Q&A type thing, so if you guys have any random questions you'd like to ask that isn't anything too invasive, I mean, whatever, you know what I mean, then okay, leave them in the comments and I'll do a Q&A. I have a couple questions that people have asked that I still have not answered because it's only a couple questions, and so I thought it'd be fun to kind of do, you know, anyway, if you want. If not, that's cool. But okay, so for today I want to do a tag, or I've been doing the tags a lot, you know, different things. This is one that was started like over 2 years ago, and I've seen it a lot. I've watched a lot of these, but it's 10 non-yarny things about me, and it was started by Crystal at Bag a Day Crochet. So a good 2 years ago. So like, I'm way out of the loop. I'm like, I might as well be wearing bell-bottom pants, polyester shirt at this point, although that's probably quickly coming back. But anyway, way out of the loop. But I thought it'd be fun. Plus it gives me conversation. And they're mostly things that you guys don't know about me. And I'm just now realizing that I did not write a 10th thing on my list. It was very hard coming up with 9 things. Okay, maybe we'll come up with something along the way. There we go. Number 1. I'm sometimes ill-prepared. Usually for these, definitely ill-prepared. No, that's not really mine. Okay, anyway, that's not what I was going to use at all. Okay, so I said it's supposed to just be 10 non-yarn things that are just things that have to do with you. So, alright, let's do it. So for my first non-yarn thing, as I get started on my project, is my husband and I meeting. So, like, just kind of give you the brief story behind that one. We met it was during spring break, at a friend of ours, at their house. It was honestly, I'm trying not to be super duper cheesy, because, but real talk, it was like instantaneous, like this connection. Like the very first night we met, we didn't really talk that much, so I guess maybe not instantaneous. The second night, though, there's not been one night since then. Well, that's not true. Okay. The second night that we met, we hung out like the whole entire night. Like the whole entire night, we're like inseparable instantly. Then we left. This was before cell phones, before Facebook, before MySpace, before any of those things. I guess there were cell phones. I had a cell phone, but not like, texting. Texting was not a thing. So anyway, so yeah, we like, it's pretty cute. We were both searching for each other's phone numbers. Finally, we found each other's phone numbers and got a hold of one another, and the rest is history. That wasn't even like a week after we met, not even, like just a few days after we met, that we found each other's phone numbers. That night, we like met back up. He took me to a movie, and then we went and hung out at my cousin's house, and there's not been one night since then. This has been 19 years ago as of last month, that we have not spoken to one another or talked to one another, or I mean obviously seen each other, but since that night. So it's like we were immediately inseparable. He's my best friend. I love him so very much. I can't imagine life without him. So yeah, I mean, I try to make it, whatever on here, like, marriage is tough. I feel like y'all know that, right? But at the end of the day, he's my best friend. He's the one that I can go to, and I know I can tell him whatever the heck is on my mind, and that'll be that. So anyway, okay, that's just one thing. That's, like I said, how we met. Just random friend's house, and the rest is history, I guess, right? We got married a year and 2 days after we met. So our first anniversary is on one day, anyway, our first anniversary is on one day, and then a year and 2 days later is whenever we got married. So that's kind of cool. That kind of makes it really easy to remember anniversaries too. But then, like I said, today we had our 9 year anniversary. We renewed our vows. So it was, I mentioned that before, one of my favorite days. Maybe that'll be my second thing, and then I'll make 10 things. All right, there. Number 2, we renewed our vows. I've mentioned that one before. But anyway, that was one of my best days. All of my, people were there. Everyone that needed to be there was there. We were already married, so therefore my papa married us, did the ceremony. My husband asked him, I didn't even know my husband was going to ask him. My husband asked him if he would marry us, and he told my husband that he's like, I'm not a minister. He's like, I can't marry you. And my husband's like, we're already married. He's like, you're the most godly man that I know, and you're the one that we want to marry us. And anyway, and it's so cute. I have a little picture of him sitting over there, practicing his little speech before he got up to do it. And so we got married at, down by the lake where I was raised, not at the lake, but in the town that I was raised, and on the beach, and everyone was there, and we made cupcakes because it was our 9-year anniversary. We did like the yearly thing, you know, like your first year's paper or whatever. There's one that's like, I don't know, anyway, you know, it eventually goes to like silver and gold and things like that. One was wood, I think. Anyway, we did cupcakes themed for each of those, like each year, and we had a candy bar because we had all 3 kiddos at this point, and so there were kids everywhere, and that makes me happy. That was my best day. And there were bubbles. All the little kids had bubbles, and so it was just like candy and bubbles in the lake, and I like barefoot in my wedding dress with flowers in my hair, just like I always wanted, and it was awesome. Okay, so that'll be number 2. So then for number 3, okay, I love to cook and I love to bake. I feel like this kind of almost goes along with us being my sister-in-law and myself, making cupcakes for each year. Kind of have to like to bake to be that hardcore about something like that. So I love to make Thanksgiving dinner, like all the fixins. Like if you like it, if you can imagine it, I probably make it. I love to make, I mean, anything. Just, I love to cook. I love to bake. Next that I've loved to go in the yard and pick. We have a peach tree and we have blackberries, and I know how to make my great grandma's pie crust. And so like peach blackberry cobbler, like everything, half of the ingredients out of the yard. I love to make, I mean, like, yeah, I love to cook, like roast and chicken, like fried chicken. I don't know. Currently, I don't like to cook because I haven't felt real great, so I haven't been able to. But, you know, I miss that. I miss that a whole lot. At one point, like, I used to make cupcakes. I've sold cupcakes before that I've made. I've made them look like sock monkeys. I've made them that looked like grills, like a barbecue grill with, like, hot dogs and things on it. I've made ones, I mentioned this also before, that whenever my son was in kindergarten, I made ones that looked like the entire kindergarten class. I used like Oreo cookies and made like all of like their faces and wrote their little names, and my son's teacher was like, oh my gosh, you even got my highlights. Like, she had highlights and glasses, and I love doing that. Like, I used to want to open a cake shop. That sounded like fun. That still sounds like fun, but anyway, yeah. So, okay, that'll be number 3. Cooking, baking, love to do both of those things. All right. I wrote down rock collecting because I'm a rock fanatic. I have a problem with rocks. I can't go somewhere and not look at rocks. I'll be honest, I've been places before that I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to get rocks from, and I have snagged a rock. Don't tell anybody. A couple times they were heart rocks, and I can't help myself. If my family finds rocks that are shaped like hearts, they get them for me every single time, and most of them have their names and the date written on the back of them, but there's been a couple times I know I'm not supposed to get a rock, and I did, so don't tell anybody. Probably shouldn't have said that, but anywho, one of my favorite things to do, though, is to go to the creek and to walk along the creek and to find arrowheads. We've found my whole back porch, which spans like 2/3 of my house. Like, one of these days I'll take you back there. Like I said, I'm packing things up. I have not packed the back porch yet, so I'll take you back there. Anyway, the whole back porch, like, there's shelves where it's screened in. It's rocks as far as your eyes could possibly see. Like I said, arrowheads and cool things. My husband has found a full spearhead. We found pottery. So yeah, we live right smack in the middle of the Cherokee Nation, and so we've found lots of really cool things at our creek. Okay, let's see, number 4. No, this would be number 5 because I skipped ahead, so we're just ignoring numbers now. Okay, I play the guitar. I haven't in a while. I like to play the guitar a whole lot, but I just kind of haven't. My sons kind of took that over for me. I used to play the piano and the saxophone. I know how to read music. I love music. Music makes me happy. Like hearing it, playing it, listening to the kids play it, all of those things. Good stuff. I have a guitar. I have a few guitars. I have one that my husband bought me for anniversary that matches my first car, which was a Blue Bug, a 1969 Volkswagen Beetle, and it matches it. It's an acoustic guitar, and I have an electric guitar that's black and red. Her name is My Lady. She's very cool. So anyway, okay, so that's that one. I like to play music, but like I said, I just don't a lot these days. Okay, I used to collect keychains. This is a really random one. I should have put this next to rock collecting, I guess. Anyway, I used to collect keychains whenever my grandma, my sweet grandma, she collected keychains as well, so I kind of took that over from her. Whenever she would go somewhere, she would bring me one back. I have ones from Chicago, a lot from like casinos and things. She would like go on little trips and bring me some back. So yeah, whenever I had the 69 Beetle that I just discussed, whenever I had that car, everyone was worried about me like burning the starter out of my car because my keychains probably weighed a good like 5 to 8 pounds. Like it was ridiculous. I had like my key for the car, my key for the house, and like just this like keychains. And then I had keychains hanging from the rearview mirror, like, and obviously fuzzy dice because it's a Volkswagen. It's a Beetle, obviously. Blue fuzzy dice, blue Volkswagen, and I had the like foot gas pedal because I mean obviously, how weird would it be if I didn't? Okay, so but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, keychains. I like keychains a lot. Let's see. I used to paint and draw. Kind of let my daughter take that one over. She can have it. My mama also used to paint and draw. She used to paint and draw, and so I suppose it's kind of in the family. On my husband's side, his grandmothers used to draw and paint, so I mean it's in our daughter's blood for sure. But yeah, I have a few things. I used to have like a Lydia picture that I drew. I have one that's like it looks like fireflies, like in a ball jar, like a mason jar or whatever, and it looks like fireflies like in the moonlight. That's my favorite thing I've ever painted. Anyway, oh, and I also used to make jewelry, which I've mentioned before. That's not really like secret time type thing. You guys already knew that one. I used to like, embroidery, floss type stuff, like that kind of jewelry. And then I also did like beadwork and like wire jewelry and things like that. So, let's see. I love animals to an extent, unless they're like crummy pets or they're like creepy crawlies. I mean, like crummy pets, I mean, it's like mean, you know what I mean? Like if you raise your pet to be mean, I don't know. It's not their fault, I get that, like, whatever, but yeah, creepy crawlies, yeah. I'm a dog person, not a cat person, but I obviously really don't mind creepy crawlies because I have a pet tarantula. Her name is Harriet. I love her a whole lot. So I suppose creepy crawlies maybe not that far, like crickets. I've mentioned this before. I don't like crickets. Leopard crickets, I don't understand their purpose. And like those little silverfish things, like why are they even, why? Ugh. Okay, anyway, but I have a pet tarantula. She is awesome. I have 2 doggos. They are also awesome. We used to have chickens and things. I miss chickens. We're eventually getting chickens again. It's happening. I was raised around animals. I was raised around horses and cattle. My whole life I rode. My dad team ropes. He still does. I never got into any of that. I liked to just get on and like go off and ride. That's what I like to do, just like trail ride or just go somewhere. I never, like, team roping was never really my thing. My whole family team ropes. That's like their whole deal. Like all of them, they team rope. They're all cowboys. That's what all of them do. My dad's side, like their name, they are like notorious. I'm just saying. But yeah, and it never really struck my fancy. In high school, like I said, I rode. I liked to do that. I cheered for 2 years, and I played softball. Softball was like my thing. Like I said, I cheered for 2 years, just, it was fun. Softball was my thing. I played from 7th grade on. I played second base and second base and right field. I pitched just for like a little bit, and then in JV, like I was already like varsity, and then I pitched for JV sometimes, and then like line drive hit at me, and that was it. I was like, all right, like this was fun, I'm out. So yeah, anyway, just going back to, that's what I liked to do, and I liked to like just take off and ride horses. I didn't like the team roping aspect of it. Yeah, so anyway, so that's why I never understand when you guys like wool yarn. That always just blows my mind that people like the smell of wool yarn, because like I said, I've mentioned that before, it always just smells like chores to me, and it does. It just smells like the stall, like you're going to shovel out the stall. But it's yarn, and so it's just, I don't, we all have our things, but that's what that reminds me of, so that's why it's like, I don't know, but anyway, okay. But I love animals and horses, and I would love to have a horse again to just take off and ride or just go hang out with, because they're beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see, I think then this would be my 10th one. I didn't really keep track. I mean, I guess everyone kind of is aware of that. I kind of got right off track right off the bat, but whatever. Pretty sure this is the number 10. I don't know. I've said more than 10 things, so we're going to count it. Okay, this one is life goals. It's not really about me. It's just about people that I know. My grandparents were married for 70 years. Straight life goals. Like, that's my plan. I guess I could tell the story. Okay, so like I said, they were married for 70 years, but they knew each other since forever, like elementary school. My grandmother and my grandma's older brother, which would be my great uncle, and my pawpaw, aka my grandpa. He is my pawpaw, he is my heart. Anyway, the two of them were best friends, like her big brother and my pawpaw. They were best friends, did everything together, ornery as all get out, as boys are. Anyway, she was a couple years younger. They had like a pie supper thing, and which is where like the girls make a dinner, like a 2-person dinner, and a pie. Obviously, you have some sort of pie, and like the boys bid on the girls' dinner that they made. The first year, my papa like won her thing, paid for it, all that. Like then they got, I think it was 2 separate years. Anyway, but they got in like a bidding war at some point, like him and some other kid, like, and he wasn't gonna let that. Yeah, it was okay. The first year he got it. Okay, the second year he got in a bidding war with some other kid, and he didn't have enough money to like outbid the other kid, and so he went over to my great uncle, like my grandmother's other brother and asked if he could borrow some money. He's like, hey, please bought me enough money so I can buy her stuff. And apparently they were already, you know, okay with him hanging around with my grandma, because he sure in fact loaned him the money to be able to purchase her plate for the pie supper so that they could still have a date. And which is just like the sweetest story ever, which made, you know, all the rest of it. So if not for my uncle being so sweet and loaning him the money, just saying, wouldn't be here. So yeah, but she was quite the catch apparently, which I could totally see that. She's still gorgeous, so I could totally see that. But yeah, so I fought for her right off the bat. She used to say that he was mean. She's like, oh, he was so mean. And what she's just, oh, yeah. Anyway, so cute. Yeah, married for 70 years. So, like I said, life goals. We've made it to 18 so far. So, working on it. Okay. So, I think that's it. That's like my questions. We're at 26 minutes. I really haven't done anything on my blanket because, as you guys know, I ramble and talk with my hands. My husband's texted me 3 times. I don't know what he said, and I'm melting into this chair because I hurt. So I made it this far. Unimpressed, aren't we? I'm working on it though. Working on it. Okay. So like I said, this was started by Crystal at Bag a Day 2 years ago. Not like, you know, the other day or anything. But these, like, I've kind of skipped VEDA. Obviously, I skipped like a whole week there, but it's still hard to come up with things. So props to people who have came up with things for every day. Just saying. I knew I wanted to do a crochet with me at one point, but, you know, what do you talk about? So like I said, once again, if you guys have questions, anything you'd like to know, nothing weird. Once again, kids, off limits. Don't even worry about it. So if you guys want to leave that in a comment, you may, if you have anything you would like to know. Nothing weird. So, I mean, I guess this is the part where I tag people, but I'm like 27 minutes in. This is 2 years old, and I'm not really sure anyone would do it. I have a whole list of people that I would like to tag. That's the part that I don't like about, I say that I like the part about the tagging, and then I always feel bad because I leave somebody out every time. Like last time, okay? The first time I wanted to tag Ruthie from Ruthie's Crafting Corner, and I didn't. And I'm mad because I didn't do it the second time either. So, Ruthie, if you'd like to do this, she's been on here a while, and I looked back, and she already did, like, the 20 questions. So, I mean, this is so old that I don't know if anyone's going to even be into it at all. But, Ruthie, if you'd like to, hey. Okay, I also wrote down Miss Neva from Manic Mama Musings. Obviously, Angelia, like I said, she's been working in her yard a lot. She's, you know, got flowers on her brain. I get that. I'm just going to tell you everyone I wrote down. And then I'm going to miss people, and I'm going to notice it later. And I feel really bad. So if I don't say your name, I'm sorry, because I probably am going to feel real crummy about it. But once again, these are hard to, like, get everybody in there that I want to do. But this is one that's not really, like, gone around for a while. And I don't know, some of these people are like new channels, so maybe they haven't done this, and that would be neat. Okay, so anyway, okay. Also, once again, I'm going big. Madonna and Granny D. I'm gonna go big on both of those. I feel like they've probably done this before, but I don't know. Okay, so anyway, so then I'm going to do people that I think maybe haven't done it just because, but then again, you're probably going to be like, yeah, I already did that. You just didn't do your research, and I'm not going to feel whatever about that one. So, okay, anyway, Miss Alice over at Starlight and Stitches, just because. Lisa at Coping with Yarn. Priscilla at Distinctive Crochet. Miss Brittany over at Wool Makes, which, that poor girl, I've already tagged her twice today, so Britt, if you don't want to do it, don't even, you know what I mean? Like, once again, if none of y'all want to do this, ignore this whole thing. Pretend like you didn't even watch this part. Even if you did, it's fine. It's okay. It'll be our little secret. It's fine. Okay. Obviously, Donna over at Gavin Grammy. I already said Angelia. Lizzie over at My Yarn Spun Life. She has a channel. I have watched her. She's commented quite a few times. I've just found her channel. Anyway, yes. I would like to tag her. I would also like to tag Cynthia's Crochet and More. So, I know there's people that I'm forgetting. So if I forgot you and we talk a lot, please, okay, if you watch this and you want to do this, feel free. Consider yourself tagged. Tag your it. There you go. Alright, so 30 minutes. I mean, you came for the ramblings. It's a crochet with me. You probably got further than I did on your project. I hope so. So anyway, my goodness. Alright, so this is Veda Day 21 or 22, I guess, depending on when it's posted. Heck, it may be Veda Day 28. I don't know. It depends on when I post it. But anyway, so yeah, those are some random things that y'all didn't know about me. Way more than 10 things, for sure. Probably stuff that y'all don't need to know. I don't know what it would be. I don't feel like I got very personal. You never know. I'll watch it back, see how it goes. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys so very much. Once again, you stayed through my 31-minute ramblings. If you stayed at all through any of my ramblings, you should come back and watch them. If this is your first one, thank you. So, I'm thirsty now because I've talked for so long. So, okay. I'm going to go, and I would like to, once again, if you're ever hearing this and you want to do it, consider yourself tagged. Alright, cool? Alright, cool. Do me a solid, please stay safe. Have a wonderfully blessed day, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, bye. Oh, trying to be all cool and go out, and it didn't work.